I'm about to drop a bomb. A big one. You know, I ask a lot of people, they're Republican, constitutionalist, libertarians, Democrats. I ask them, what is government? I ask them, give me a definition of government. What is it? It is the thing that you believe in, right? You use the term government, and they're all too happy to describe to you how they don't like our current government and how they want government to be exactly how they want it. Unfortunately, you can't have that. Everyone who believes in government and who believes in authority can't all have the government that they want. So no matter what, any form of government is going to enforce its will on another person. They fundamentally do not understand this principle. And they have no idea what government is. But I'm an anarchist. I can tell you what government is. And some people might think that anarchists are dumb. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't believe in government, I totally support the fact that you can say that, and I would never advocate that a government stop you from being able to say that. Because when it comes down to it, what government actually is, in reality, is a group of people with the moral right to initiate force. That is what government is. And for all the individuals separate from government who believe in authority, in their mind, they view the government to have authority, so they believe in the legitimacy of the force that is being conducted upon them through taxation, regulation, laws, all that stuff. All that stuff is a version of force, ultimately a form of violence. That's what it is, because nobody has a higher claim over my life and property than me, especially what I earn, what I produce, the money I make, my physical body, my property. Taxation is theft. Period. I don't give a fuck what you say. Oh, well, we need to have a little bit of taxation on this or that. No, what you're saying is we need to have a little bit of theft. That is what you're saying, because you are in fear of not knowing what would happen without a coercive institution. That fear exists in your mind. So you say, I just want a little bit of theft. I just want a government that conducts a little bit of violence. That's ultimately what you're saying, because you are in fear. You are fearful. You are scared of freedom. That's what it ultimately comes down to. You are scared to be free. Being free is dangerous. You don't know what could happen. You don't know what's going to happen in 20 minutes. That's reality. I love the Founding Fathers. I really do. They were amazing, amazing men, intelligent men. I've read Common Sense, I don't even know how many times, by Thomas Paine. I love Sam Adams, Thomas Jefferson. Brilliant guys. It was totally revolutionary. They started a country that there has never been a country like America before. It was a brand new idea. And it is one of the best governments, that have ever been made. Essentially, it's way better than kingship. But what it also has done was created the most dominating authoritarian institution in the world. I mean, America we rule the planet pretty much. We have the most weapons. We are imperializing the world right now. And now our government is taking away our freedom, which is what it always does. It always does it. Forever. No matter what. Once you give a group of people the moral right to initiate force to protect you from people that would otherwise initiate force against you, is stupid. Because the very people that you have created, the institution that you have created, those are the very people that are going to enslave you. It happens every time. So an anarchist just goes, nah, dude, I'm good. I know that all men are created equal. And every single person on the planet has the exact same rights as me. And stealing, theft, coercion, and violence are always immoral. Always. Defensive force is legitimate. And anarchists knows that. That's why anarchists have guns. I mean, we're not the only people that have guns, but I've never met an anarchist that says he doesn't want people to have guns. Because we understand that you can never infringe on somebody else's right to defend themselves. That's immoral. An anarchist really understands morality. That's where it really comes down to it. People who believe in government, they just want government to be how they want it to be. How they just imagine it to be in their mind. But an anarchist looks at government and he sees that's a violent, coercive institution. Regardless of how small that it is, you are still initiating violence against somebody by taxing them. That is a form of violence. You are violating somebody's personal property by taking it away from them and also threatening them with violence. So if you believe in government, then you believe that that institution has the moral right to initiate force against me. And you think it's legitimate, and you think that it's for your own good. So what you're saying is, violence being conducted upon me is good for society. And it is never good for society, ever. Because in principle, that behavior alone is immoral. Theft, always immoral. 100%. No matter what. No matter what, dude. Theft is always immoral. Initiating violence against somebody is always immoral. It is never okay to initiate violence against somebody unless somebody is going to initiate violence against you and kill you. Then you are allowed to defend yourself. Somebody who believes in authority erroneously believes that this other person is going to protect their life. And it's not going to happen because you are personally responsible for your life. Nobody else, in reality, can protect you. Now, in a voluntary society, you can voluntarily pay for an organization to defend you. That's a free market, man. That's totally legitimate. But you can't force your entire neighborhood to pay for an organization that they might not want to pay for. Because once somebody doesn't want to participate in the game and you force them to do that, then you are immoral. You become immoral because you are violating somebody's right to exercise their free will choice. That is what you are doing. You are saying, because my will is this, I'm allowed to exercise my free will, but I don't care if you don't want to participate in the game. You're not allowed to exercise your free will. We're going to initiate violence against you and force you to pay for our coercive institution. Because we believe that this group of people has the moral right to initiate violence against people. So you want to prevent violence from happening, so you give people the right to conduct violence. That doesn't make any sense. How about, since all men are created equal and we all have the same rights, and men can be evil, we do not give men power to commit evil, because men are susceptible to temptation, corruption, and evil. Therefore, no men are fit to rule. Man is not fit to rule other men, because at some point he enslaves his country. Happens all the time, man. Matter of fact, it happens every time. Because, like I said, government... listen, government cannot exist. It ceases to exist if it does not do these three things. You need to have these three things happening in order for government to exist. This is what government consists of: violence, coercion, and theft. I might have already said that, but I had to really say it again so you understood it, because that is what they do. I don't approve of violence. If you try to conduct violence against me, I will fuck you up. And trust me, I know how to use force. And the fact that I know how to use force, I understand that it's illegitimate to initiate it. That's why I choose not to do that. And there would be less violence in the world if we would quit trying to create violent institutions to stop violence. You're just implementing more violence into the equation. That's all that you're doing. But the indoctrination is so heavy, it's so ingrained. It seems like human beings just cannot get past the principalities of the fact that this behavior is immoral, so do not do it. This institution is immoral. It behaves. Listen, in order to stop immoral behavior, you cannot give people the right to conduct immoral behavior. If you want to stop immorality, you cannot perpetuate immorality. If you want morality, you have to stop feeding into immorality. Immorality doesn't equal morality. Violence doesn't equal freedom. Force doesn't equal freedom. Theft doesn't equal freedom. None of those things equal freedom, except anarchy. Love you guys. Take it easy. Stay free.